What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the internet where your cesspool is my jacuzzi. Hey, Stir Crazy. Hey, Justice for Clayton. Everybody who's in the chat. Thank you, mods, for being here. Hey, Winks. Hey, Teresa. We were just talking about my haircut / Bruce's haircuts. That's why we're late. And it's totally not because I was stalling.
The ironic thing is we weren't even live and we were sitting around talking about hair. Meanwhile, over on Megan Fox's channel, if the chat gets too rowdy or doesn't do what she wants, she forces them to listen to her talk about hair.
Honestly, I don't mind that. Stir Crazy, what's up? Okay, let's see. Give me 1 sec to pull this up. So as you guys know, I said the other night a counter notification was going to be filed before I left San Francisco, and it was the night of the 20th, but it was late at night on the 20th, so I did not expect it to go through YouTube this quickly, but apparently it was forwarded to the claimant, David Gingras, today. I said I was going to either file it myself or have a lawyer file it on my behalf, but I don't have any money, and Omar graciously agreed to help me. So the tilted lawyer, Omar Serrato, did submit the copyright statement on the counter statement on my behalf, and he wrote it himself. I'm going to show you what I wrote first, and then I'm going to show you what he wrote, because he revamped it for me, because he's like obviously better at legalese type of stuff, and I was just not even trying to do that. Mine was just more appealing to logic and emotions from just like a human standpoint, just like a layperson standpoint, and then he, threw some legal stuff in there that obviously makes it a lot better. So
did your first draft involve drawing dicks in Microsoft Paint? Because if it didn't, I'm going to be disappointed.
No, I just do that as a hobby.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get those for free. Okay. We don't have to copyright strike you to do that.
Yeah. Give me 1 second. I just want to do something real quick. Oh, Reg Angel, thanks for being here. Okay. All right, there we go. Now I got one more moderator. Jim Schuler, how you doing? Okay. So, if you guys don't know, today what also happened was Reality Steve was brought into the conversation, and I'm sure he's been brought up before, but David said something like, I don't even know who Reality Steve is, or something like that, and we'll go over those tweets after I read the documents. I don't know if Bruce will have to leave us before then, but we're going to try. Because Bruce is very in demand, everyone. Ladies, you should know that. So, yeah. Okay. Omar, you are a legal god.
Oh, wait, I'm muted. What is going on?
Yeah, I just saw you smiling. I didn't think you were saying anything.
Oh, I'm going to go hang out with a bunch of dude nerds and nerd out. It's not going to the discotheque with all the disco ladies or anything.
So you got game with nerdy dudes too, then?
Maybe.
Cool. No angry rant from Bruce tonight. Then Bruce is probably gonna stay pretty chill. I would assume.
Very chill, man.
Yeah, very chill. We're not getting any unexpected hatred here. This is all totally planned. So.
Yeah, I mean, if Internet Lawyer wants to try and explain why he thinks Dave Neal is so super wrong, he can write up his complaints with links and timestamps and quotes and actual evidence, and I will refute it or analyze it or agree with him.
Right.
Until then, we're waiting for him to apologize to Dave's wife and child.
Honestly, like, he could do a lot for himself if he were to do that, like apologize, admit he was wrong about that. He should have said that. But sometimes you're welcome, Stir Crazy. Thank you for being here. You don't have to really do anything. If you see anyone being a total dick in the chat, just like mute them or something. But otherwise, you don't have to do anything. I just modded Stir Crazy. Anyways, so I feel bad sometimes when I am critical of him about that kind of thing, because I'm like, I have called this man and his client a see you next Tuesday like 20 times, and so I'm like, am I being hypocritical right now? Because I'm like, you should apologize for what you said about Dave or whatever. And then I'm like, I'm realizing that the words that I use, that when I call them a name, number one, I'm not expecting David to watch that, and number two, And then number three, number three, I'm just kind of like, well, I wasn't trying to really smear their reputation or anything like that. They're doing that themselves. I was just expressing my opinion that they're, other word for
Yeah.
vaginas.
Well, here's the thing people can ponder, which is kind of this interesting philosophical topic, but it's called the paradox of tolerance. And you can Google this, and maybe I should make a management video about it. But
Hmm.
basically, the idea is, everybody's like, okay, when people are intolerant of other people, and typically when they're talking about this, they're talking about, race or uh, gender or so, whatever they're talking about, right?
Right.
Nationality or something. And everybody's like, look, it's not good to be intolerant of other groups of people or other people. And so the paradox is like, well, if it is bad to be intolerant, then isn't it bad to be intolerant of intolerance?
Mm.
But no, because you actually have to bootstrap somewhere. And
Yeah.
so when someone is behaving badly, you have to do something about it, which might
Yeah.
require an energy where you might feel like, man, I wish I didn't have to do that, which is the remorse you're feeling,
Yeah.
but you did have to do that.
You're right. Well, I mean, I've been very kind and understanding with them, I feel like, to a point, and then they go and they talk about Mike or Greg or Clayton or whoever, a Dave or Greg Woodnick even, in like
Mhm,
a
mhm.
disparaging way. And
Yeah,
Deandra especially, I don't tolerate Deandra slander, guys. Okay, I don't. And so when he does that, I'm just like, holy shit! Now
yeah.
you're talking about people that I like. It's personal now. It's emotional now. And then I stop being so understanding. I stop being so objective. So I could swing wildly from being a little bit supportive in the beginning of a stream, like I did when I was covering his video that he now wants to sue me for,
Yeah.
to calling him "see you next Tuesday" at the end of
And
the video.
when he was, when we learned through the what was it, the billing statements from Woodnick Law,
Yeah.
that it was really Isabel writing the bulk of these drafts and these
Hmm.
amazing motions that everybody was like, "Oh, I love these
Oh yeah.
Woodnick motions. These motions are so well written. They're
And he
great."
threatened her too.
And I'm like, "Look, this was is most of this appears to be Isabel," and he came after her, and I was like, "No, sir, that will not stand."
Hmm. The expert, what's going on, my man? We love the expert here. I don't know if have met him, but he's a very cool guy. I was on his
Shop
stream once.
smart, shop expert mart.
um,
Yeah, I'm the expert's second favorite Bruce in Oregon after
hey
Bruce
Zach.
Campbell.
Oh my gosh. Hey Zach, what's going on? How's your fish? So I don't know, man. When I saw his video today, and again we'll get more into this later, his like short video today, which I clicked on because I'm not the douchebag he claims that I am, and I don't, like say, here, watch this video on my channel, not his. I don't do that, right? Never did that. He accused me of doing that. I did not do that. So I watched it, and he's like saying that people are like misunderstanding him and shit like that. And I'm like, no, dude, I don't misunderstand you. I understand exactly who you are when you make threats that are not grounded in any legal basis and try to punish people when they don't follow what you tell them to do. You are not in control. You're not my master. You're not a king. You're not a god. You don't get to do that. You're not the law. You're a lawyer, but you are not the law. So there's no misunderstanding here. If you don't want to be seen as a douchebag, stop being a douchebag. So that's just my thought. Andy, thank you for the 5 twerk fund. Guys, if you missed it earlier, Bruce and I were both on Omar's stream, the Family Law After Dark stream. And I said, if Omar gets a certain amount of donation, like threshold, it was like $100 at first. And I was like, okay, no, 50, then I will twerk. And then somebody donates $50 after we already had 22. And she says, well, Lauren and Bruce both have to twerk now. And we both did something resembling twerking. I'm not really positive that we did it correctly, but that's what that was. Um, I don't know if that'll ever happen again, but there is apparently a fund for it. So, all right, let me pull this up real quick. Okay, so when I was doing this Counter-Strike, the first thing I did was I drafted it myself. So what we're about to read is my personal draft before I sent it to Omar, who graciously agreed to help me with his expertise. So this is what I wrote, and what if I didn't have a community behind me, like if you guys weren't here supporting me, and if I didn't have Dave, if I didn't have Megan, if I didn't have Bruce or Schnitzel Ninja or whoever else, this is what I would have sent. And it's not terrible, but it's not legally like competent. You know what I mean? Like it's not legally, like it's not like legalese competent, I should say. It's legally competent, but it's not legalese competent. So let's read what I wrote first, and then we'll see what Omar wrote for me and what was actually sent. Okay? Hang on. Just making sure I get that. Okay. Sorry, I was reading a thing real quick. Okay. My video was given a copyright strike by David Gingras. And again, this was not submitted, guys. This is just what I wrote and drafted and sent to Omar. I feel there was a misunderstanding that contributed to this action. Mr. Gingras is under the impression that I stole his video to take views away from him, monetize his original work, and did not transform the material. However, Mr. Gingras admitted he did not watch the video before submitting the strike. True. In my video, I specifically said that Mr. Gingras had put hard work into his video, and I encouraged people to watch directly from the source. And guys, by the way, this is a fact that he refuses to acknowledge. He refuses to acknowledge that I demonetized the stream manually. He refuses to acknowledge that I encouraged people to go watch from the original source, especially people who didn't want to hear me talk. And he refuses to acknowledge that I did skip over parts of his video, especially pertaining to his home life, his cat, etc., where I was like, I don't want to take away from him telling his own story. And the reason he did that is because he did not watch the video. This was a premeditated false strike. He wrote it on Twitter that he was going to do it. I said, you cannot do that. I'm not afraid of you. And he punished me for it. Why? Because I didn't do what he wanted to do. Not because I broke the law. Because I disobeyed him. And he thinks that he's in control. All right. I pulled up the original source to give my commentary and added a link to his original video for reference. At one point, Mr. Gingras' video was taken down, and I had to resume using the downloaded version. I was not certain of the reason for its removal. However, I was informed it was possibly taken down due to a presence of a firearm, which may have violated YouTube's terms of service. You guys watched that happen in real time. At first, I was like, okay, well, it's no longer available, so maybe he took it down. But once he put it on YouTube, it was publicly available for download. So then we continue with the downloaded version. And then somebody pointed out to me, hey, it might be because of the gun. It might be because YouTube took that down. So it's not because, I was trying to take views away from him or anything like that. I did not know why it was taken down for sure. But what I did know was that it was posted publicly and I had every right to comment on it. So, all right. Okay. The video was restored sometime thereafter, but I had a downloaded copy to use for continuing commentary and excluded the portions involving Mr. Gingras' firearm or his personal stories about his cat or home life. It is my impression that if you use a downloaded version, the original video still gets a view count once you are back online. I did not ever request or demand people stop viewing Mr. Gingras' content. I took steps to ensure that he would not feel slighted, despite the fact that I significantly transformed the content from a 45-minute video into a nearly 2.5-hour video, which was split up into segments for commentary. So, I mean, Bruce, I was doing this by myself, but like the video by myself, but you were in the comments and stuff like that. Like you saw how much was added to that and how much I stopped and like I might have skipped over some stuff. And
yeah. And I had so the first video he did was a 7-minute YouTube video, right? It was like he had numero uno or something, right?
And that was a day or two before this one.
And Megan was like, I'm going to dot my I's and cross my T's and ask him if I can do commentary on this video and use the video. And he told her that we could. So I went to her live stream and we reviewed that video and he didn't give a shit. And then I actually made a video where I walked through his 7-minute video and it was probably up for all of 10 seconds. And then I privated all my, Court of X stuff because I just don't want to spend any more time on this guy.
Yeah.
And he had a 7-minute video, right. and I went through every single word and tore it apart. And by the time I was done, I had like a 45-minute video. It's like, so what you were doing the exact same thing, right? You took a 45-minute video and made it 2.5, 3 hours long. I mean,
Right.
that's how it goes when you're adding commentary,
Right.
responding to things, analyzing things, putting your own spin on it, telling your own stories.
Mhm.
It's
Right.
fine. And the people that just want to watch the video, they will not watch the commentary videos anyway. Because what I've noticed, and you can see this in the comments section at Emily D. Baker, Dave's
Right.
comment section, or Grizzly True Crime, there are people that don't want commentary. They want the original source
Right.
because they're just like, stop talking, stop pausing, stop this, stop that. It's
Right.
like, guys,
And there
the
are
original
people
link
like
is
that.
there.
There are
Go,
people like that in
yeah,
mine too. Like I got tweets from multiple people or comments
yeah.
from multiple people. Most of them
Mhm.
I've deleted because I was like, well, I don't want to see this. Where they were complaining about how much I was talking, and I was like, hey man, like you can see it right here if you want to watch it
Yeah.
without me talking.
It's
You
like,
don't have to bother me about it.
that's what a
Just
commentary
don't
channel does,
watch.
and if you
Right.
don't want a commentary channel, don't go to it. So,
Right.
like, there's other people, there's, like, 500,000 people that wanna see Emily D. Baker commentary, and then there'll
Right.
be, like, 5 people that wanna go watch the original video. So go watch the original
If I
video.
wanted to watch just a straight like court stream, I would go to, that channel. But if I want to
Yeah.
hear from Emily, I'm gonna go to Emily's channel, which I do
Exactly.
a lot because I want to
Yeah.
hear what she has to say about it. It's
Right.
like it's not that complicated. You don't have to tweet at me about how much you don't like me and shit like that. But regardless, that's what happened. And it happened because I did transform the video so much that people hated it. So I mean, I don't feel bad about what I did. I don't feel bad at all. Um,
Yes.
the only people asking for the original video were Jan and Laura. That's that's funny, but that's actually not true. There were people who wanted to hear it without me talking over it, and
Yeah.
for that reason, I put a link in the description. I said, "Here's the source," you know. And I
Mhm.
also said in the beginning, I don't want to take away from him telling his story and stuff. You can go to his channel if you want to listen to this part. So stuff like that. If you don't want to listen to me, you know, talk like my face off, then like maybe this isn't the place for you to watch. Like, because this is
Exactly. Yeah.
literally a channel of me talking. Like, just stop. But what I do respect is that even people who were like upset about that and people who didn't like watching me talk that much or people who don't necessarily like me, like they will tweet back at him and say, "Hey, I don't like Lauren, but what you're doing isn't right." And so
Mhm.
I respect that. You don't have to like me. I'm not gonna fault you for it. I'm not gonna hate on you for not wanting to watch my videos. I do
Yeah.
respect when somebody steps up and says, "Hey, I don't necessarily like this person. I don't agree with their views, but this is wrong." So that, to me, that says something. So,
Yeah, we can walk and chew gum at the same time.
oh my God, you guys can do both of those things. Oh man.
Nobody is forced to join a cult.
Right. Well, I mean, you guys will notice I haven't shown any of his videos since then, and it's not because I'm afraid of getting in trouble. It's because I no longer want to support this man. And, you know, I wanted to hear his perspective. I honestly gave him a chance. I said, I want to hear what he has to say. And I no longer want to do that. I no longer care about what he has to say or helping him get a message out that's maybe a little more healthy than he's gotten across in his blogs. I no longer care about that because he attacked me for it. And he didn't even listen to what I had to say. He commented on his own channel, said, I watched enough of the video to know it wasn't fair use. So, no, he did not listen to the video. He did not watch the video. He just punished me because I did something he said not to do. And he is not a god. I'm not okay with that. And you shouldn't be either. All of you. Like, how would you feel if somebody that you like don't agree with, don't like, says you can't do this, and then you exercise your free will, your right to say or do something that like doesn't break any laws, and then that person comes out and says, I'm gonna fucking run you into the ground, I'm gonna ruin you, I'm gonna sue you for 3 times what you make in a year helping people in your fucking 3 or 4 jobs in healthcare, and I'm gonna ruin your life. Like, holy shit. It's terrible. What he's doing is actually way worse than what it sounds like. Because I'm in debt, right?
Mhm.
I'm in debt and I will never make that kind of money. I will never make that kind of money I could pay that back for. And I
Yeah.
don't believe he's ever going to be entitled to that kind of money from me. But the fact that he would look down on someone just for disagreeing with him for doing something that he said he didn't want me to do, like the fact that he would do that says so much about his character, so much more about his
Yeah.
character than the 3-minute video where he's suddenly being nice to Reality Steve because he's trying to fix his good guy fucking image. He's not a good guy. If he was a good guy, he would drop this right fucking now.
Yeah. And I think Omar sort of hit on it the other night when he said, look, this guy's been practicing law for 20 years or something in an adversarial role. He's probably just gotten used to this bullying and intimidation behavior.
Yep.
And I say bully intimidation from a layman perspective, not from a legal perspective, or from a code of conduct perspective. But, I think there's a lot there in terms of like, he just thinks he's going to bully and intimidate with this bombastic rhetoric and get people to back off and just, the chat section will go quiet or whatever. But I think just like Laura, what he and Laura didn't anticipate was the tenacity of the intersection of, LawTube, Bachelor Nation, and just other people interested in the case from the Arizona area, all coming together and looking at the evidence together and, convincing each other, when we get something wrong, Lauren corrects me or whatever. And we have a huge community that cannot be bullied, intimidated, or bamboozled.
I was just gonna say, or Bruce will graciously accept my apology when I misunderstand him
No,
and yell at him for no reason.
don't worry about it.
Here we are, we're cool. Because that's what people do when you like really care about people and you want to understand each other. You talk about things and you try to listen and you fix it, And like this guy, he doesn't want to fix anything. He wants to force his opinions down your throat.
Mhm.
So if he decides to take me to court, decides to drag this out, try to financially ruin me, and then at the last second tried to settle or something, I'd
Yeah.
say, no, I want you to choke on your own fucking medicine, dude, because you cannot do that. You cannot hurt people like this anymore, not with impunity. If you want to do it, you better stand by what you say, dude. If you want to ruin people for no reason, fine, be that guy, but don't pretend you're
Mhm.
something else.
Mhm. All right. Well, I got to get going. So
It's all good, man. You
thanks
go,
for having me for a few minutes. And
yeah, hang out with your,
I am going to be replay crew. I'm going to check out the rest of your mail and Omar's wordsmithing as well. I'm sure
Oh,
it is
yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
highest quality.
Well, we'll miss you here, so
Very good. All right. Talk to you guys later. Thanks so much.
bye. All right, guys, let me read some of these comments here. We love you, Lauren, and we have your back. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you, and I appreciate that I have a community who will help me with this. My issue with the current situation, knowing that I have all these people at my back, right, is there are people who don't. There might be somebody out there who says something that a person in power doesn't like. And I am sick and tired of people in positions of power being able to abuse that to hurt people who do stuff they don't want them to do. It's not right. So I'm just sick of it. And if he decides to sue me, then fine. I'm going all fucking in as much as I can. I might not have much money to hire a lawyer or anything like that. I will do whatever I can do myself if I have to. I don't want to do that, but I also don't want to ask someone like Omar to like do stuff without being properly paid. You know what I mean? So I'm in a shit position because this officer of the court is using his position, his status to punish me for doing something, for saying something he doesn't like. And that straight up, that's what it is. Don't let him convince you it's anything else because it's not about copyright. It's not. It's about me defying his order that he tweeted for us not to do that. It's not about copyright. It's about him being in control. And I thank you again, Andy. Thank you so much. I don't want you guys to have to do that. I want you guys to be able to come here and like talk and us to be able to have like some open dialogue and just chill out and not have it be about money. You know what I mean? I don't want it to be about money. I don't want people to have to pay for me to get a lawyer. I want people to be able to just hang out. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm just a random ass person talking about my opinions, and I happen to share that with all of you, and I have a community here because of that, and I cherish that, and I'm still here because of all the people that I get to spend time talking to, and even if it is just online or whatever. And the fact that this person's trying to ruin me is ridiculous, and I hate that any of you would have to waste your time and money helping me to not suffer at the hands of this giant asshole. So I appreciate it, and I might be put in a position where I have to kind of ask for and accept help, but I don't want to. I don't want to take anyone's money. I don't want to do that. I just want to be here. You know what I mean? I just want to be here with you guys. I don't want to take thousands of dollars from people. It feels wrong to me. It feels wrong. Jinky is riding Laura into being famous, taking advantage of her. Justice for Clayton, thank you for being here and being a mod, by the way. Let's see. If he was a good person, he would contact you and apologize and say he's going to drop it. That may be true. At this point in time, I would say he would not contact me. I would say he could contact my current representative in this matter, Omar Serrato, because I have made it very clear I do not want to talk to this man. I do not want to talk to him. I no longer support him in any way. And I was trying, right? I was trying to be supportive. I was trying to be kind. I said, I'm not going to meme this guy because like people do. And I respect people's right to do that, right? And I even laugh sometimes at the memes because I would laugh if they were about me. You know what I mean? Like sometimes funny is just funny. But like, I don't know. Like I'm not memeing the guy. I'm not trying to ruin him. I had never said a goddamn word about his past and the things that he's done, like made mistakes in the past. I never said a word about it until he did this on my birthday, no less. So like, I don't know. It's ridiculous. I'm just done. I don't want him to fix it. I want him to leave me alone. And it sucks because I've said this a million times over. I want to like the guy. I want to be able to just passively listen to him or like make comments or have conversations here and there. I wanted that. I stuck up for his client when people made fun of her looks, her perceived eating disorder, when people made fun of her horse riding in certain categories. I stuck up, sorry guys, for his client, and he's punishing me. Why? Because I did what he said not to do. And that's not a law. It's just not what he wants. Let me read these real quick. At Cages, is that how you pronounce that? Insert Tug's hammer sound clip here. If you know, you know. Love you, Lauren. Thank you. I love you too. I hope I said your username right. And I thank you very much for that. Colton McCabe, thank you for the 5. Don't ever feel bad about needing or asking for help. Him attacking you is attacking the entire community, and it is our privilege to help fight back. Thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. The Zohan, can we get color to farting Jinky fix? Dude, I don't even know how to do that. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say no. I'm saying I don't know how to do that. But thank you guys. I appreciate you. All right. So I'm gonna read this last paragraph of, and again, this is the draft that I wrote. This is not the one that Omar sent. Omar's is much better, and we'll get into that in a second. But this is the last paragraph that I wrote, and before I read this, I just want to say, like, I am not criticizing JFC Twitter, JFC Instagram, JFC Reddit. I'm not criticizing them at all. I'm just saying I am simply not the person behind these accounts, right? I obviously I like some of their memes. I retweet them a lot. I follow the subreddit and I'm on there commenting a lot. Like I don't have a problem with JFC, but I am not JFC. And David Gingras' complaint hinges on the fact that he thinks that I am. He is paranoid and he assumes that we're all the same person. He assumes that we're part of a cult. But I'm just a random ass fucking person in Florida, just trying to make it in this life, working 3 jobs and YouTube. So, like, I'm not part of some cult. I am just a single human being who's trying to get by. So, keep that in mind. Madeline Curry says, I'm pretty sure JFC accounts were active well before you came on the scene. And that is definitely true. That is definitely true. Jim says, we all know you're the secret shadowy mastermind behind a 9th level cult leader. Oh, he caught me. Jim knows everything about me, you know? All right. I'll read the last paragraph here, and then we'll get into what Omar actually sent. So, Mr. Jingris, and this is what I wrote again. Mr. Jingris is under the impression that I'm a JFC YouTuber. I am an independent creator and have no affiliation with JFC accounts on X, Reddit, Instagram, or any other social media sites. He believes that I have stolen his content to harm his potential earnings. However, I explicitly stated in my video that I was manually turning off monetization because he seemed upset at the prospect of someone making money off his work. My video, which was significantly transformed, provided non-monetized commentary on a public interest case. I made it very clear that I only wanted to provide my thoughts and commentary and did not want to upset or steal from Mr. Jingris. I believe Mr. Jingris and I have had a misunderstanding due to a lack of communication stemming from difficulties related to having opposing beliefs related to a public interest story. So that is what that's what I felt at that time. I think it's a little more sinister than what I, wrote there, but I wanted to be, as understanding and accepting as I could be. That's why I said I think it's a misunderstanding. I no longer want to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I don't know if I believe that so much anymore, but here we are. Cat Lady Ballerina, thank you for the $2. Oh, am I Greg again? Were you ever not Greg? Thank you for the $2. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, I think I just understood this comment. Can we get colored farting jingy pics? So like I I was sending out to channel members mail, which I still have to send some of them. I'm so sorry this is taking so long, guys. I send either colored swear words or colored like farting animals out to people. So like if you if you are a member and you email me your mailing address, I will send you one. But it won't be of Jingris. I'm sorry. I don't have any pictures of Jingris farting. I mean, if he wants to send me one, that's fine. That I will accept. So, all right. But here is what Omar wrote. And Sarah Dawn says, I'm honestly sick of people saying to give him the benefit of the doubt. He has proved time and time again who he is. He is nothing but a bully. Disgust me. That's true, but I give people way too many chances. Always have. And I'm trying to make sure I don't always do that in the future, but that is what landed me where I am right now, is giving this guy way too many chances to be a decent human being. So, yeah. Erica says, I wouldn't advertise on the internet that you accept farting pics. Well, you know what? I would. They have to be cartoon, though. I don't want to see real butts, please. All right. So let's move on to what Omar said. And I did ask Omar, like, hey, are you okay with me reading this before I did this? Because you guys should know, I'm very paranoid about saying something that I shouldn't here with my platform. I'm like, I know stuff that I cannot talk about. And I'm like, what if I accidentally say something that I shouldn't? So I always ask people, I'm like overdoing it with the asking. I'm like, hey, is it okay if I share like your name? So I did ask him before I shared this, and Omar did send it on my behalf. And David did receive it today. I don't know if he's read it. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure he probably has by now because it's been several hours. But we'll see how it goes, and you guys will see, because the first part of this is going to be from YouTube explaining the process. All right. Dear Laura Neidigh, thank you for your counter notification. It has now been forwarded to the claimant that submitted the copyright removal request. Now that the counter notification has been sent to the claimant, they have 10 U.S. business days from the state to respond. The claimant must respond with evidence that they've taken legal action against you to keep the content at issue from being reinstated to YouTube. You can learn more about what legal action the claimant must take in our help center. So this guy has to file a lawsuit against me within the next 10 business days and provide proof of that. That's what he has to do. Or he has to drop it. And he's not going to drop it because I no longer believe in him being a better person. I don't believe he's going to drop it. I believe he's going to sue me. I believe he's going to try to run me into the ground for disobeying him, which is ridiculous. But I think that's what's going to happen. Okay. So basically, I get sued or I don't. That's where we're at right now. And realistically, knowing who this guy is and the fact that he even initiated this process and put me through the stress of it, I believe he will sue me. Yes, I believe he will. Ziani, do you remember when he said he could mess up Woodnick's Thanksgiving? I actually didn't see that, but I don't, it doesn't surprise me. What evidence does he have? So he's suing me for copyright, saying that I used his entire video for commercial purposes without transforming it, and that I stole it or whatever. Like, he knows copyright law, right? But he doesn't totally know how my video, like, transformed the content and all that, because he admits himself that he did not watch it. He did not watch it. He said, I did not watch Lauren's video. I watched enough to know that it was not fair use. But actually he did not. And he also said, she did what I explicitly said not to do. And when you read that, she did what I said not to do, you know that he's abusing his power and his knowledge as an officer of the court. He is abusing his status. He is abusing his ability to, waste these monetary resources on trying to ruin me. It's abusive. It is. Not physically, but it's definitely a psychological type of abuse. Yo.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
I've been watching.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, so I'm
Cool. Yeah, Bruce
I
had to
know
leave
what
me
you're doing.
earlier, so I was
Yeah.
like, okay, well, let's just listen to me talk then. Everyone loves that.
They
So,
do. They probably prefer that.
honestly, I got a lot of complaints lately. But I'm just kind of like, why are you here?
Right?
Yeah. Hold on, let me see. Somebody said, and that she took away money he could make on his video and he's demonetized. Correct.
Mhm.
The man's video is not eligible for monetization still to this day. He made a premeditated statement that he was going to strike any JFC YouTuber using any part of his video. All right, that's that's like as much of an announcement as you can give for a premeditated fucking crime. Like, Jesus Christ. And don't make no mistake, it is a crime to knowingly, make a false copyright infringement claim.
Exactly.
That's a crime. You cannot do that. So if this ends up going to court and I have to defend myself, I am also going to do whatever I can to go on the offensive. So I don't know how that's going to work out yet. I have no fucking money, but I'm going to do everything I can. And I may do it poorly if I end up having to represent myself in that. But I'm going to try, and I will know that I tried. So I will know that I tried and I made it, maybe made it a little bit easier for the next person who gets harassed by this man or someone like him to stick up for themselves and say, no, this stops with me. This ends with me. This does not go any further. I have watched this man terrorize too many people that I like, that I care about. It ends with me. All right. Let's see. Oh my God. I'm still in Australia time, guys. I get emotional for 5 seconds. I'm like, I'm so tired.
Takes a lot out of you.
It is like, it's like the morning in Sydney right now, but at the same time, I've been up all night in Sydney time. So it's kind of like, I'm tired as fuck. Okay. After 10 US business days, if we don't get a response from the claimant, your content will be reinstated to YouTube. Also, the associated penalties on your channel will be cleared. Keep in mind that a counter notification is a legal request. As a result, YouTube must process the counter notification in accordance with the law. This process can take some time, so we kindly ask for your patience during the process. When there are updates on the status of your counter notification, we'll reply to this email to let you know. You can also check the counter notification status in YouTube Studio. In the meantime, if you have any more information you want to share with us about your counter notification, you can reply directly to this email. And then, hold on. I know David has already published this stuff and I accidentally just showed it now, so it's not like it's a secret, but I'm going to go ahead and delete this anyways. Hang on. That Omar's contact info. Hold on. Because I remember when David tweeted out his fucking phone number.
Mhm.
It's like, David! All right. Hold on a second, guys.
I feel like a lot of what David does is like all bark, no bite. Like he
Mm.
talks a big game, and then you see him try to perform in court, and it's like sad.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
In
I
my
think
opinion, I mean, if you see one of the best,
yeah,
Woodnick versus Gingras, I think it's like clear where he's
yeah.
lacking. In my
Well,
opinion, when I saw it, that's how I felt seeing
yeah.
that. Um anyway, I feel like I am very curious to see how he responds to this.
I think I know who he's going to respond. And the thing is, I don't think he's stupid. I just think he thinks he can get away with more than he actually can. And so
Yeah.
I'm going to, as he said, roll the fucking dice.
Can you please block Nut and like it? She's trying to dox me. She thinks she
Oh,
knows who I am, and she's trying to dox me.
yo, let's not do that. I'm going to have to get this person to mute. Hang on. Guys, it doesn't matter how much I like you or don't, like if you are doxing somebody on the stream, I am going to have to mute you. It's not going to work out. Hang on. Let me get rid of this. Thank you, Winks. Okay.
Thanks.
We'll just go 24 hours for now. If it happens again, then it'll be permanent ban. But again, guys, this is not a personal slight. It's not out of anger. It's just like it's important, I think, to protect everyone's privacy in this, especially when so many of us use, screen names and stuff like that. It's not cool to kind of.
And also,
release
I
that
will
information.
say, you might not even have the right person, and you're drawing someone else into it.
Guys, and I know for a fact that a lot of times, like people, when they get mad at each other, they don't have the right people on the other end. But I can't say that, right? Because, like I said, it's not cool to dox people. It's not cool to release that information. I might, like the people who are doing that, right? But if you're wrong, you're wrong, and also you shouldn't be sharing that kind of stuff. So please, do not do that. Okay, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings or anything like that, but that's something that I can't, I can't be cool with that. Let's see, Elaine, thank you for the 15. I don't usually comment. Okay, I never comment, but I've been following the circus for over a year. I don't like bullies, and he's being a big one. Yes, he very much is. Thank you, Elaine. I appreciate you. All right. Oh, Stir Crazy, thank you. Okay, let's see. Where were we on this? I got rid of that information, so now I want to. Yes, there we go. Okay. Okay. And then we went through, if you have any more information you want to share about your counter, blah, 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 reply to this. And then Representative Laura Neidigh, Omar Serrato, link to content removed. And there's the removed video, which you guys can see. Hang on. Video unavailable, no longer available due to a copyright claim by David Gingras. All right. Let's see. Back here. Legal statements. Okay, and then this is where it starts, like Omar's writing, and you will be able to tell because it's not my writing, and it's got a lot of legal references and stuff like
Yours
that.
was great. Yours was great, and it's like that is the heart of you,
Yeah.
And then he just added like legalese to it,
Well, mine was tame compared to how I felt in that moment, but I was kind of like, I should probably not say this. I should probably not say that. So it took me a minute, but okay, here we go. Let's see. Hold on, my mom is texting me. Give me a second. Mom, you're supposed to be at Nancy's birthday dinner. Please get off of the phone. Okay. Legal statements. 1, I consent to the jurisdiction of the federal district court for the district in which my address is located, or if my address is outside of the United States, the judicial district in which YouTube is located, and will accept service of process from the claimant. So the thing is, guys, about this statement here, I do not live in Arizona. David insists that he will sue me in Arizona, that I can face a judge in Arizona. I'm in fucking Florida. And when this happened, I was in fucking Australia. So I don't know where he's getting, like, I will be sued in Arizona from, but he's going to have to sue me in Florida. If he's going to do that, fine. Just make sure you get the right place. You know what I mean? Like, because if you try to sue me in Arizona, I don't really think it's going to go anywhere. I just don't. Could I be wrong? Yes, but I don't think so. Okay. I swear under penalty of perjury that I have good faith belief that the material was removed or disabled as a result of a mistake or misidentification of the material to be removed or disabled. As I said before, I believe it was a mistake. So, yeah. All right, let's see. One sec. Hang on. Give me 1 second, guys. Oh, sorry, Brad just messaged me too. Okay. All right. Statement to the claimant. As the personal representative of Lauren Neidigh, I assert that the copyright strike issued by David Gingras against her video should be reconsidered and removed, as her use of his work squarely falls within the protections afforded by the Fair Use Doctrine. Mr. Gingras mistakenly believes that Lauren appropriated his video to divert views, monetize his original content, and that she failed to transform the material. However, this is a misunderstanding, exacerbated by the fact that Mr. Gingras admitted to not having watched her video prior to issuing the strike. So, that's that's definitely true. All right. In Lauren's video, she clearly acknowledged the effort Mr. Gingras put into his work and actively encouraged viewers to watch his original video. She provided a link to his video and used it as a basis for her commentary. At one point, Mr. Gingras' video was temporarily taken down, potentially due to a firearms-related issue violating YouTube's terms of service. Though it was later restored, Lauren utilized a downloaded version to continue her commentary, deliberately excluding sections involving personal elements like Mr. Gingras' firearm, his cat, or his home life. All right. Well, I mean, that's true, though. I skipped over his stuff about his cat, right? I skipped over his stuff about his home life. I skipped over the gun thing. Like, I only wanted to comment on the case-related stuff.
Also, like, isn't it legal to add commentary to a video such as his?
No.
So I just, yeah. So
under the Fair Use Doctrine as outlined in 17 U.S.C. section 107? Is that what that means?
Mm-hmm.
I might be a little stupid.
Yeah.
Lauren's case is strongly supported. Firstly, the purpose and nature of her use are both transformative and non-commercial. David, again, turn monetization off, which you have yet to acknowledge. And if you watch the video at all, which, again, you said you didn't, you would know that.
And there was no time. By the time you weren't even finished when he filed.
No, so of course not. He did that in the middle of the fucking thing. Like, it's ridiculous.
And you have timestamps for when he reported it, when he said he was going to do that versus when
it was so weird. It was like setting a trap and be like, oh, I'm telling the principal no. Like, fuck that. She transformed the original 45-minute video into an almost 2.5-hour segment rich with commentary and critique, in line with the principles from Campbell v. Acuff Rose Music, Inc., 510 U.S. 569. This landmark case highlights that transformative use, which introduces new expression, meaning, or message to the original work, is vital in fair use evaluations. The U.S. Supreme Court in Campbell v. Acuff Rose Music, Inc. Emphasized that a parody that comments on or critiques the original can be transformative, qualifying as fair use even if it has a commercial aspect. The court indicated that greater transformative nature of the new work diminishes the relevance of other factors like commercialism in the fair use assessment. Lauren's video offers extensive commentary and critique of Gingras' video, including opinions from other lawyers, Omar, on the validity of his legal views, which aligns precisely with the Campbell principles. Secondly, the nature of the copyrighted work also favors Lauren's argument. Although Mr. Gingras' original work is creative, her use was for the distinct purpose of commentary and criticism, a protected activity under fair use, as exemplified in Maxstone Graham versus Burtich. I cannot say these people's names. Burchow? Burchow? Man. Thirdly, concerning the amount and substantiality of the portion used, Lauren only included segments essential for her commentary, which is a practice upheld by the Fair Use Doctrine. Ringgold versus Black Entertainment TV, Inc., which is way easier to pronounce than those other ones, illustrates that using portions necessary to achieve a transformative purpose is permissible. Finally, the impact of her use on the potential market for Mr. Gingras' work is negligible. Lauren's video does not substitute the original work and does not detract from its market value. Its market value of $0, by the way. $0. In fact, by directing viewers to the original content and enhancing its exposure, her use could potentially benefit Mr. Jinger's market reach, aligning with the considerations in Campbell v. Acuff-Rose Music Inc. Which, if he was smart, he would accept that, right? But he did not. In conclusion, Lauren's transformative, non-commercial use of the copyrighted material, which is minimal in scope and potentially beneficial to the market for the original work, the market of $0, again, is fully protected under the fair use doctrine. Therefore, the copyright strike should be removed. Electronic signature of personal representative Laura Neidigh, Omar Serrato. And then it says down here the name Omar Serrato represents a valid legal electronic signature for the purposes of this document. By including this electronic signature, I, Omar Serrato, affirm the authenticity and intend to sign the document, acknowledging its legal effect and binding nature in accordance with applicable electronic signature laws. So. A whale. Oh, hey, Brad.
Hey, what are you eating?
Ice cream cookie sandwich.
Ooh, nice.
How long have you been sitting there?
Like
Sorry.
literally 30 seconds, not long at all.
Oh, good.
Okay, good. 'Cause I was like, I just read like a wow, just like straight up read through that whole thing, and it's like, oh no, Brad's here.
It's so great that that Omar, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He is such a benefit, as are the both of you, to the movement, and very grateful for him
Yeah,
for
he's great.
lots of different reasons.
Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna share this tab.
And
Oh,
should
cool.
you reprise your twerking from earlier?
Oh God.
I know Brad loved that.
He's like, no.
Be still my beating heart.
Yeah.
The PJ bottoms were like the like cherry on top.
Hey, Jay, what's up? I feel like I haven't seen Jay in a while. What's going on? Hi, David really does not use critical thinking skills. If he has any, he would know she is friends with several lawyers who actually know the copyright laws. Well, he doesn't seem to care about that. Okay. Quick problem. I gotta pee. So I'm gonna go as fast as I can. But
Okay.
I have to give you guys something to talk about. Hang on. It's not gonna be Aurora watching Bird TV or whatever. So I was going to do a video explaining fair use, but of course, YouTube beat me to it. This is a very well done and quite accurate. If you look at YouTube's own examples of what is not fair use, this is compelling, like as to every single point. So this video like does not actually say what you think it says. There's like some sections about like these are the multiple things that are considered like for when they're evaluating fair use, but it does not mean what he thinks it means. So I'm gonna play this while I'm going to the bathroom. Hopefully I will be back by the time it's done. Give me 1 second. Here we go. And hopefully YouTube won't sue me for $150,000 because I don't have it, but I also definitely won't have it when this guy sues me $150,000. So like I'm just, all over the place. But here we go.
She didn't hit play, did she?
Nope. Oh, there we go.
Allows you to reuse copyright.
My bad. Sorry. Here we go.
Are you still here?
Sort
Hi,
of.
I'm Sari, here to answer your copyright questions. Today's topic is fair use.
Thank you, intern.
First, what is fair use? Fair use allows you to reuse copyright protected material under certain circumstances without getting permission from the copyright owner. Fair use is an exception to copyright law and is not determined by YouTube. Let me say that again. YouTube does not decide what is fair use and what isn't. Only the court can do that. What counts as fair use? Different countries have different rules about when it's okay to use material without the copyright owner's permission. In some countries, it's not even called fair use. For example, in the UK, it's referred to as fair dealing. Aside from what your country calls it, courts usually focus on whether your use of another person's song or video is transformative. Basically, they're asking if you added new expression or meaning to the original work, or if it basically copies the original. For example, in the US, content that might be considered fair use includes commentary, criticism, or news reporting. Also, keep in mind that just because you say something's fair use, give credit to the copyright owner, or add a disclaimer like no infringement intended, it does not mean that you're protected. How is fair use determined by law? Determining fair use is never a cut and dry process. In the US, fair use can only be determined in court by a judge. The judge will look at your case overall based on a few different factors. Here are a few things to keep in mind based on what the courts look at. You're less likely to qualify for fair use if your video merely copies someone else's and adds nothing else, if you're trying to monetize your video, if you're using fictional copyrighted material rather than factual material, if you borrowed a large amount of material rather than a small portion, if the main focus of your video is the copyright protected material, or if your use of the material harms the copyright owner's ability to profit from their original work. So, all of these are helpful factors to consider when thinking about fair use. But also keep in mind, there is no guarantee that you'll qualify for fair use just because you take these factors into account. For example, just because you don't monetize your video, or if you only use a small portion of the copyrighted material, that does not mean you automatically qualify for fair use. Again, the courts look at everything holistically, and there's always a risk involved when using someone else's copyrighted work. Think carefully about all of these factors and get legal advice if needed. Companies are claiming just a few seconds of a video. How is that not abuse? One of the biggest myths about fair use is that there's a minimum amount of time you're allowed to use someone else's copyrighted work. But despite what some people may think, there is no duration which you can use someone else's content that is automatically protected under fair use. In fact, courts have rejected fair use arguments for songs that only sample a few seconds of someone else's work. So if you're using any amount of content that you don't own, even a few seconds, you're taking a risk of receiving a claim or a takedown. You have the right to argue fair use, but only courts, not YouTube, can ultimately decide whether the use of someone else's content is protected under fair use. Because of this, our approach has been to empower creators to remove claimed content whenever possible if they feel that it isn't adding significant value to their video. That's why we've built tools to help you easily identify the content being claimed in your video and remove or swap out claimed music with copyright-safe tracks from the free YouTube audio library. We're also now requiring claimants to add timestamps to these claims so you know exactly which piece of your video is being claimed. We've also updated our editing tools so that when you remove the content manually claimed in your video, the claim is automatically released, restoring monetization to your video if you were previously monetizing. Why does my content, which is clearly fair use, keep getting claimed by Content ID? Automated systems like Content ID can't determine fair use, which is a subjective case-by-case decision that can only be made by a court. While YouTube can't arbitrate fair use disputes, and automated systems like Content ID can account for fair use, this doesn't mean that fair use can't exist on YouTube. If you're a creator, you should avoid relying on fair use unless you understand how the rules work and you're prepared to defend your position through the Content ID dispute process and potentially the counter notification process. This forces the claimant to withdraw or to file a lawsuit. This isn't a decision that should be taken lightly or without legal advice, but it is the most powerful step you can take if you want to pursue a fair use defense and will force the most thoughtful review from the claimant. And that's it for fair use. Check out more info in our help center linked in the description below, and be sure to check out the other videos in our copyright series linked here. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, lady.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. Okay. People are asking if I'm good. Yes, I had delayed flights, but I got home late last night, so we're good. We're good. I was just whining basically about being stuck because I was at LAX and I was like not even there long enough to see Omar. I was like, why am I even here?
Right?
Yeah, dude.
No, but it's so like, I mean, you're tired anyway, like just traveling in general is tired, and then you have delayed flights and plans change, and like it's just exhausting, the whole thing.
And you have to go back a day because you went forward a day. And
Right. Yep. Yeah, your trip especially.
Sorry, one second.
no, I will not wait 1 second.
Well,
One.
sue me, dude. Everyone else is. Okay. All right. So when I like watched that video and when I read, the fair use considerations or whatever, I was just kind of like, okay, so one or two of these things like are like questionable, but I don't think a ultimately that I really violated, the fair use principles or whatever. Like, you could argue against a couple of those, but I don't think that I really did what he's claiming that I did. So, hey Meg, what's up? Hold on. Sir Crazy says he would have to watch it first to timestamp.
Well, yeah, that's the first
Exactly.
problem.
Yeah. Well, so he didn't provide a timestamp. He just said whole video, and then he didn't watch the fucking
dumb.
video. So
He
that's a
seems
little
like
bit of a problem.
he seems like someone who reacts with emotion first and then thinks about it afterwards and is like, oh shit, I need to damage control.
I'm going to say this, and I hate that I'm going to say this, but I think it's the truth. He and I have that in common. I react at times emotionally and don't really think about what I'm saying, and I've kind of learned my lesson on that point over the last several months, especially kind of having to grow into this whole I'm on YouTube thing and learning how to take criticism that isn't always necessarily warranted, right? But I have a habit of reacting emotionally to things that are personal, because at work all day long I thought I'm good because I'm always getting called names, I'm always getting people trying to bite me and shit, people setting themselves on fire outside my office. I was like, I've been through it all, but it wasn't personal the way this is. And so I didn't really understand. So when stuff happened, and it was just a little bit before the trial, actually, I was not necessarily handling that in a mature way. And I had to kind of rethink my approach and look at my own words and actions and stuff and be like, hey, this was maybe not the right thing to do, and I'm not going to do that again. David, I think the thing we don't have in common is that David will not do that.
Yeah.
So,
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah.
At least in the same way, I think he might be like damage control is and how do I save my own ass kind of thing, not let me actually be introspective and figure out how I can be a better person kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, my fatal flaw, so to speak, is that I desperately want to believe that people are sincere and that he actually does just reflect on things and want to be better. That'll be my fatal flaw. You know what I mean? So I'm always trying to do that, and I'm always trying to overlook people's faults and be like, okay, well, this isn't necessarily going to be how it always is, but then this guy keeps proving me wrong over and over again. So I'm just kind of like, Jesus Christ. At some point, I just got to give it up.
Megan was shaming me about being too much of a nice guy.
Oh, I don't think you're too much of a nice guy. I think you're being very practical.
No, I'm too much of a nice guy. I got told by my own mother that I'm too nice for my own good.
Are you talking in general, or are you talking about this situation?
Right.
In a particular situation, but
any particular situation?
No.
Oh.
Her and I were talking about a particular situation in which I was being too nice.
Got it.
But
do you feel like you're generally a people pleaser, or do you feel like you don't really care about other people's opinions?
Patrick, who joined us the other day, says, oh my God, I'm barred in Florida, Lauren. Patrick, I don't have any money. Will you fucking help me? Patrick, please help me so these people don't have to give us money. I mean, I can pay you in snacks and stuff. I will hand feed you grapes or French fries or whatever your girlfriend's okay with.
You have a box of condoms.
ooh.
It's true. You sent me a box of condoms. I don't know if you guys were on Dave Neal's stream earlier, but I did a little call-in for that show, and I was using my best country accent. It was something. Wait, I think I have a clip of it. Hang on.
Rag Angel says trade services.
Hang on. Let me pull up this clip because it's ridiculous. There it is. No, that's not it. Oh, let me download it real quick. And I remember Dave was pulling that up, and he's just like, I don't know if this is going to be bad or if this is going to be okay. Let me open.
Oh, I love his response to it too. It's great.
Which response?
After the he plays the voicemail.
Oh.
I don't know if the sound will work on this, so let me know if it does. Hang on. Window. There it is. Okay. Can you see that?
Yes.
I see it, yes.
Now let me know if you can hear it. And hopefully Dave doesn't sue me for this.
I don't hear it.
Yep. No sound.
No sound. Okay. Let me see if I can.
You may have to share the entire screen that it's being hosted on.
Oh, dude, I
including
hate when I have
System
to do that. Okay, hang on. I'll do it though. Let's see, share screen. I had that problem with Quiplash.
Oh. By the way, you haven't done that in a while.
I know it's been at least a couple of weeks because I did. Okay, can you hear it now?
Nope.
No.
Did I not turn the sound on? Is that what's happening? Okay,
It might be muted.
hang on. Here we go. I had to hit that button. Okay, now tell me if you can hear it.
Voicemail.
Now we
Yes.
hear it.
I saw this number on the TV and an ad for condoms.
Can you hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so this is me calling into Dave's show today while he was not expecting it.
Fine. Okay, let's see if this is. I don't know if this is a good voicemail or a bad voicemail.
Yes, hello. I saw this number on the TV and an ad for condoms. I heard it's 99% effective. Well, I really need to buy some condoms because I can't afford to have
Condoms?
kids right now because I'm being sued for $150,000 for sharing part of the condoms ad on my TV channel. Oh my God. Anyway, I heard it came with a free egg meal t-shirt. So where can I purchase this? And I was told if I called in the next 30 seconds, I would get a second box of condoms for free.
Right.
Wow. That was certainly something.
I do IP law now, and copyright is just the redheaded stepchild of IP. Patrick, help me! My company has a pro bono legal program where they'll pay me for working on a case. I'm asking them about the criteria /process
Oh
on
my
Monday.
God.
Okay,
That's
well,
so
pretty
whatever
cool.
the criteria is, make me sound pathetic. Make me sound so pathetic. Like more pathetic than that weird phone call, dude.
Just play that phone call for them.
Yes, hello. I was shown on the TV infomercial that I could buy a box of condoms by calling this number.
So funny.
I saw your commercial on that daytime TV as I was watching Jerry Springer.
You are not the father. That's Maury, right?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So I have seen Jerry Springer in person one time
Ooh.
when I lived in Cincinnati. I was at
When he
a
was the mayor?
Yeah, not when he was the mayor, it was after, but he still lived there. And anyway, yeah, I was in Starbucks and just like look, I was with a friend and she was like, "Look, it's Jerry Springer." And I was like, "What?" And we turned and he was just he was just waiting for his coffee like everybody else. Like he had done a mobile order and was just like
Standing around
waiting to
waiting.
pick it up. Yep. And then I saw Emilio Estevez one time, another place. I waved. He was filming a movie there at the time, which I didn't know until after the fact. But anyway, I went to this place. It was like this spa. I got like this free thing with the same friend actually. And sorry, I know this is a total non sequitur to anything we were talking about. And I just like wait, I'm usually friendly, like I wave at people. So I waved at him and then she was like, "Do you know who that is?" And I was like, "No." And then she said it was him. And I was like, "Oh God, it is him." and was like, "Emilio." Oh, anyway.
Wow.
You're welcome for that.
Thank you so much.
Great stories.
All right.
I'm surprised Emilio Estevez is still alive.
Oh man.
Why?
Cat Lady Ballerina, thank you for the 2. Jerry Springer signed my report card in 9th grade.
Jeez.
I want to see.
How?
Tweeted
Wait, how did that? Why?
I've no.
Oh, that's funny.
But the
Justice for Clayton says good talk, yo.
You're welcome.
Cheerinator, hey, I don't chat often, but watch always and Wednesday. Thanks to all 3 of you for sharing your thoughts, wisdom, kindness, and humor. I appreciate y'all. We appreciate you. At least I speak for myself. But
Yeah,
these guys might hate you, but I thank you.
I sort of appreciate you. I don't see you in my chat, so when you come over to my chat, then I'll appreciate you more.
You maybe just not looking, bro.
I don't have a chat, so thank you.
I pop into Brad's chat when I can. He goes on his walks and stuff, and a lot of times I'm working, but when I'm on my break, I'm just like, "Oh, Brad, there's Brad's walking again."
I always at least go in and like the videos, even if I can't sit and watch them.
Oh, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Brad exercises for me. So
Wait, he what?
I do my
Oh,
daily
exercise
or
and
my
alternate
walks
walks.
and whatnot.
That's
He's doing
funny.
this little walk stream. I'm like, well, there go my calories. I guess I can eat some more.
He's walking them off for me.
No wonder I'm not losing any more weight.
Oh my god.
Lauren's putting them right back in. after
We
you
share
break.
everything.
Oh,
my
speaking
God.
of which, oh my god, what is that?
That is David.
Wow.
What? Ew, why? Why?
Okay,
Why?
anyways,
Why?
it's actually a nice thing, but go ahead and say what you
No,
were going
but
to say first.
Oh no, I was gonna ask Brad if he's cooking this Sunday, but also then I feel I feel like I need to see that again,
You'll see
even
it
though
again.
my brain is like, no. Why do you want to look at that?
The Zohan, thank you for the 2, says, do you know Jerry Springer was an attorney? I did
Yeah.
not know that.
He
I did
was.
not know that. Justice for Clayton, I did have a good birthday in Australia. Thank you very much. And I want to go back in June, but I gotta work overtime for that. So we'll see how it works out. Especially if I get sued, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to go if I get sued, because I have to pay for a lawyer unless Patrick can make his law firm feel sad for me and do it for free, but we'll see.
Let's figure out if you're getting sued first. Then
Yeah. Iron Rabbit, thank you for the 5. We would help with attorney fees, not because you asked, but because we care about you. Oh, thank you very much. You guys are so sweet. Patrick says, gotta run. We'll keep you posted on the pro bono stuff. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Mary Lincoln says we did not need to see that again. Well, cover Chester's eyes, Mary, because we're about to take another look.
I feel like it's like a car wreck. Like, it's something that you like maybe don't want to look at, you shouldn't look at, but then your brain's just like, but no, I need to see that again.
Give,
Like,
give me a second to explain why I pulled this up, right?
Okay.
Okay. So it's actually not bad. So this person said, hang on. I'm just an over communicator. I'm not defending anything. I don't agree with calling the studio, because she's talking about what happened with the studio, mainly because I wanted to see the interview. I have stage 4 metastatic breast cancer, and I'm really just trying to live my life. I followed the story from day 1 to distract. So David here, and this is an example of David actually, and I know you guys are like cringing at the picture or whatever, but it's actually an example of David like giving this like decent guy persona, right? And I want to believe that this is actually David, but like I can't tell if he's just like faking it or not. But I want to show it because I want to acknowledge that he does sometimes, like he says, and does things that are actually good and meaningful, and I wish that that was his actual personality. Hey JB, I don't know you, but I wanted to jump in and say I'm a cancer survivor. I had melanoma a few years ago, and it was a very scary few months. Big surgery, lymph nodes and all, but I'm lucky to be cancer-free today. Since you're dealing with your cancer, let me say, and then he shows, I guess, his scar from his surgery. If you're interested in the case and would like any insider info, you're welcome to reach out to me directly. And he puts his email. Life is short, so if I can share anything interesting news or any interesting news / updates, even comments from Laura, I'm happy to do that. So like this is the David that I would be willing to talk to when he tweets his fucking phone number at me and stuff, right? Like I would be willing to talk to this guy. Yeah. But this is not who he is when he's suing me. So it just confuses me so much, because I'm like, you could actually be a really decent human being who makes a really good impact, and like maybe explain yourself like, I'm just doing my job. I'm trying to like defend my client the best I can. I don't believe she deserved a $150,000 judgment. I don't believe that. Like that I can get on board with. I can understand that.
That's what a lawyer should do, right?
Right. I can listen to that. But this guy is like, he's this guy a fourth of the time. So I can't really, especially now that he's attacking me, believe that this is who he is. And it sucks because my mind goes to, I really want to believe that you're this decent human being. But you're just not, I guess.
It's tough because like not many people, I'll say, I don't think anyone is complete absolute evil. Like people have I can't even think of words right now. They have good sides of them,
redeeming
right?
Qualities.
Yeah, redeeming qualities, exactly. But it's like who they choose to be every day is who they are. That's representative of who they are, even though they have these other good things, positive things, redeeming qualities. If that's not who they are in their daily life, it's like,
So Mitchell, tell me about your feelings about Donald Trump.
Oh God. I wouldn't even know where to begin.
Wait. Hold on. This is the Lauren stream. We don't do politics here. So ask a question about toaster strudel or something, but like not Donald Trump.
I'll
We're
just
not
say,
talking about that.
I'll
Well,
just
she
say I'm
says
not
everyone
a
has redeeming qualities, so I want to know what she thinks. the
No,
redeeming quality.
I don't want to know, so we're not going to talk about it. Okay.
I'm
Cat
sure
Lady,
I'm sure he does. Like I'm sure maybe he's a nice
I'm about to
grandfather.
mute all of you, all two of you. All right,
Just-
Cat Lady Ballerina, thank you for the 2. About to drink OJ without vodka. It's so weird. Why would you do that?
When you're sick,
Oh, still, why would you do that? Winks. Yes. Wait. Why? Oh, what? Hang on. Let's see. We need Laura's southern voice for a whole episode. I think they meant Lauren. Don't worry. Omar calls me Laura too. He can spell my name right, which no one else can do, but he calls me Laura. So
He also calls
kinda weird.
Brad Bruce and Bruce Brad and
Oh man. All right.
oh, Cat Lady is sick.
Yeah.
see,
Yep, you got it.
That makes sense actually.
Oh, Jim said Trump helped Macaulay Culkin out in that one time when he was a kid.
yeah, he pointed him in the right
Alone in New
direction.
York City.
Good lord. So guys, I'm just like I'm looking at this and I'm thinking like your client faked having cancer.
Well,
So like and you're attacking people who are pointing it out. Also. So I'm like, what kind of like two-sided fucking bullshit is this? Like
in
I
his
don't know.
mind, it's not his job to defend Laura for her actions back then. It's defending her in the now. So he's going to redirect as much as he can away from anything that does not look good for his client, in the same way that he was talking with Reality Steve.
Mhm.
He's talking about what was her name? Rachel Juarez.
Suarez.
And,
Yeah.
Right? Robert.
Yeah.
It's Jerez.
Yeah, but he was liking all of the things that she was saying that were good about him, but he didn't mention any of the criticisms that she had about his appeal brief. So he's really good about taking things when you're talking nice about him, because then he gets to show all of the, these people are saying nice things about me. Look at all of these nice people. But then it's like, but they're also criticizing me. Well, if we just shove those to the side, then nobody sees that.
Yeah. That's one strategy. Oh man. All right, let's see. Thank you for the 5 BS. Since I called you Laura, take my money. Love you. I love you too. It's okay. I totally knew what you meant. It's fine. I promise. It's fine. See what happens. Oh, it's Jennifer's birthday. Happy birthday, Jennifer.
Should we sing?
No. We should dance. I bet you aged 5 years after seeing that. Happy birthday. Okay.
Backwards.
Omar said I was on beatbox duty, and I don't know why.
I mean, go off.
Have you ever beatboxed in your life?
Not professionally.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Tina says it's my birthday too. I don't know if that's true or not, but happy birthday, Tina, if that's true. I don't know if you're just trying to get some more lassoing out here, but happy birthday, Tina.
All 500 of you in chat, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. There we go.
Yeah, there you
now
go.
we've covered everyone.
Okay, that about covers it. All right. Okay. So let me hang on. I got some more of these pulled up. Okay. Since I'm apparently a YouTuber now, that means I must desperately find new things to talk about every day. I gotta tell you guys, I go like a week at a time sometimes without being on here. So I'm just kind of like, okay. Like I will be here like all day, every day for like 3 days, and then I'll disappear for 10. Like I don't know. So I'll be posting.
Doesn't he say that he's not a YouTuber in like at the beginning of every video?
Yeah, he says I'm not a YouTuber. I'm just a bad lawyer, and
Oh, Tina, congratulations.
Oh, take that money from the government. Take
Yeah.
all you can.
Well, you still can. 'cause-
Exactly. Well, there's still some
Alright.
there.
Hey, Rosalind, what's up? Okay, hang on. Where was I on this? I must desperately find new things to talk about every day. So I'll be posting a video about how fair use works under 17 USC section 107. Since this is deeply misunderstood, here's the homework for the class. Okay. And then we got the fair use defense, which he has highlighted here. Okay. 1, the purpose and character of the use, including whether such use is of a commercial nature. Now, if David had watched my video, he would have seen that during the stream, I manually turned off monetization. So it was not commercial use.
What year is this from?
Do we
know?
know?
That's the DM or the Copyright Act of 1997.
Okay, so I was 5 when that came out, but fine. The nature of the copyrighted work is number 2. And number 3, the amount and substantiality of the portion used in relation to the copyrighted work as a whole. So if we're talking about, like proportions and stuff like that, like my content, like my transformative part of the content was nearly 2 times as much as the original work. I don't know if that helps at all.
Was the internet even like super like a thing when this was written?
Remember, this was in a time when Napster was super big and people were stealing or posting MP3s of different songs, Linkin Park and whatnot, everyone listening to Numb and all those other songs. This was in that kind of era in talking about people posting movies and whatnot. The traditional sense of this Copyright Act is basically if someone posts a song to YouTube and is encouraging people to go there and getting ad revenue for it. Where versus the artist or the publisher or the record label who would like one of my favorite record labels is Napalm Records, and they have their own YouTube channel and they post all of the songs for all of the different bands that are signed to them, and it goes directly to them. So that way they own it. It's in their it's in the Content ID system. If anyone takes that and tries to upload it, it gets caught and flagged appropriately. But this is where the previous paragraph that's not highlighted there says the Copyright Act provides that fair use of a copyrighted work for the purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, teaching, including multiple copies for classroom use, scholarship, research, is not an infringement of copyright.
That's silly and unimportant.
But they use this 4 factors to try and understand as to whether or not what it's doing. What's the purpose and character of the use? If you're trying to do commentary and criticism on an entire work, it's very difficult if you're not showing the entire work.
Right.
You can talk about things and use clips, but then it doesn't get the full weight as if you're doing a full debunking of something. Then you have the nature of the copyrighted work. Well, it's a YouTube video from an unmonetized channel, so it's not like you're making money on it. The amount of substantially or the amount in substantially of the portion used, it's used in whole. That's that's it. But then the effect of the use on the potential market or value of the copyrighted work. Your sharing of it and commentary of it is not necessarily reducing the value of the other work. It's not monetized already. 2, it's doesn't truly provide value. So then it's we're down 2 items of the factors. But when you look at things in the totality, it's commentary and criticism. Suck it up, man.
Well,
yeah, well, he doesn't want to do that, but his client did, so she's pregnant with twins.
Oh boy.
Again?
Catherine, I'm up. The only way Lauren's condemned Colin would have been more funny was if she had squeezed in the term BOGO.
Didn't you mention BOGO?
I didn't say it like that, though. I probably should have. Oh, man. Okay, so there were some responses to this tweet, obviously. David Gingras, you are not a YouTuber. Sorry, posting a few videos on YouTube makes you a member of YouTube. Posting videos, a content creator, is a whole different realm. You have not even started to get to, but keep working hard and maybe one day you will get there. Not if you sue everyone. But yeah, David Gingras, did Dr. Phil give you permission to reuse his content of you on his TV show?
Doesn't he have that entire episode uploaded to his YouTube?
No, it's just the section that he's being interviewed on.
Oh, okay, just like that.
Yeah, there were actually recently a couple of videos. I think one of the clips was from the Vile Files, and there was another one that the guy who did the parody video. Hang on, let me pull this up because this guy was funny as fuck. Hang on.
Parody video of what?
Hang on. He did like it was the Wacko guy. Gosh, I wish I could remember his channel name. It was like it was like Unreal, but it was like UN Real or something. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. It was actually really hilarious. Hopefully he won't copyright me for pulling this. Give me 1 second. Because this was like a few days ago at least. Lots of activity on the subreddit this week. I've only contributed to half of that. I'm looking at the subreddit, the JFC sub. Oh, here it is. Okay, hang on. Let me share this. So this guy's video, registered videos with you and Real, and then he points out that there are some clips from Vile Files and elsewhere. And then after that video was posted, David removed them from his channel. Hang on, I'll play some of this for you guys because it's really funny.
And Real to my friend.
Okay.
Good morning. I am Ulysses.
Please don't sue me. I don't have any money.
Nathan Real. UN Real to my friends. With the worldwide
He's unreal.
alliance of copyright killjoys online.
So that's the Wacko Worldwide Alliance of Copyright Killjoys Online.
You need to know my credentials. First, I am wearing a tie, but it's kind of loose, so I feel professional but approachable. Second, I have glasses. This means I am smart. I have been dedicated to enforcing copyright law with an erring sense of justice.
I just love the deadpan shit.
Since I was a boy. And today, I'm here to walk you through a recent Twitter thread, blog, and video to help warn you about the consequences of stealing video. Remember, you wouldn't steal a car, so don't steal a tweet. Don't steal a video. Don't steal a clip. Don't steal my heart. My achy, breaky.
Wasn't that an advertising campaign the FBI did?
But today's story isn't just about any video. No, my friends. Today's video is about registered videos. You wouldn't steal a registered car. You wouldn't steal a registered nurse. So don't steal registered videos. Speaking of,
I would steal a registered nurse, but this is funny because I don't know if like those of you who are watching the stream as it happened, which it's now removed. So if you haven't seen it, that's why. Obviously, because while the copyright thing's going on, it said like his video was unavailable at some point during the stream, and then after right after that or right before that at 11, I think it was 11:02 or 11:08 or something. He went to the website and tried to register with the U.S. Copyright Office, and it was like a significant number of minutes after the stream started. So he did that, he put that bait tweet out where he was like, if any JFC member uses my video, I will sue them. I will sue all of them. And then, of course, I did anyways. I'm like, I'm not afraid of you. You're not the law. You're not. And so I, did my fair use commentary, and then as I'm doing that, he's like, oh, well, then I'm just going to rip my video off and then register it with the office, and I'll sue you retroactively or something weird shit like that. It was really weird because I was in the stream and I was like, okay, well, you did this at 11. It was like 11:08 or something. And I started the stream at 10:55 or some shit like that. So he was just waiting. The guy was just waiting and hoping that this would be enough to ruin me with.
Yeah.
Of registered copywritten material.
As if registering it changes fair use. It does not, by the way.
MC Hammer registers all of his copyright works. One time, when I was a wee lad, I took my mother's purse. When she told me, you can't touch this, I turned her into the authorities that day. I still receive Christmas cards from Mr. Hammer, thanking me for my service. But that's enough about me. As you can see from our screen, our subject today, lawyer, honorary wacko is David Gingras. As you can see from his website, he is an expert in defamation. He also practices internet law, which is similar to bird law, except with tubes. He is very good at helping you get your data dump trucks to the IoT, the Internet of Tubes. Gingras, honorary wacko, has alerted us to a problem he is having, specifically that someone has stolen his copywritten registered video. This is bad, and as is our duty as wacko, we have decided to take a look at exactly what is going on here. Now, if you're wondering, is Gingras a lawyer?
Okay, I'm gonna skip some. Okay, this is really really funny to me. So I'm gonna put the link to the full video in the chat. You guys should give this guy a watch because I don't want to take his views away. Hang on.
I've never seen any of his stuff before.
I haven't.
Me, I hadn't either until he posted this. I was like, oh my god.
Is this his only video on like
No,
Laura stuff? Do you know?
I actually don't know. I know he has other videos on YouTube, but I don't know if this is his first video on Laura. Yeah.
That's his. Wait, is that his name?
Sorry, my bad.
that's his name at the
Real
top.
or
Yeah. So here's his channel. Hang on, let me.
Oh, good.
Okay, here it is. It's Lucentile.
Okay.
I can't believe he only has 46 subscribers, honestly. But he's got lots of stuff. Flowers, YouTube, and copyright. But he's got lots of videos. And then this is the one I can't believe this only has like so many views, but it's really funny. You guys should watch the rest of it. I'm not gonna play because I don't want to actually steal it, but I'm not gonna play it. But you guys should watch it. I put the link in the chat. So
Thanks.
and it's also on the subreddit if you haven't seen it yet. So it's very funny.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. So that was the guy that called out the Vial Files thing, which is why that's what the Dr. Phil thing reminded me of. So he called it the Vial Files things, and then David removes the Vial Files off his channel afterwards. And I don't know if he put them back or not, but they were definitely gone for a minute.
I just subscribed.
Yeah, he's a cool guy. All right. Let's see. I got another one here. Registration and ownership are two entirely different and unrelated things. I own the work. Lauren stole it. So she's going to be sued in Arizona. Why? I don't live in Arizona. I went to school in Arizona fucking 10 years ago. Is that your basis? I'm under the jurisdiction of the shitty state of Florida. So you better come over here and come at me with that attitude.
In my opinion, his behavior is that of a little bitch.
Oh, man. All right. And she can tell the judge why her conduct was okay. I mean, I will. I obviously don't want to, but I will. And she will lose. Good luck with that. Statutory damages are up to $150K for a non-monetized video, which I provided non-monetized commentary on. So yeah, smart girl. Well, I don't think it makes me dumb, you jackass. Like, holy shit. This issue has been litigated and precedent is set. You're just wrong, David. Sorry. And no amount of threats and posturing will make you right. H3H3 fought this battle already and won. And they're not the only ones, by the way.
What's H3H3?
It's a podcast channel.
Oh.
You are arguing the same side as the losing party. Only reason you can't make money on any of your videos is you haven't the watch time or enough subscribers. At this rate, you never will. You and Laura always turn everything into a battle to control the narrative. Even Law and Crime don't win copyright on their videos. And if anybody's going to win copyright, it's fucking Law and Crime. So, and then Tiffany, I think she misunderstood. I am a smart girl. Thanks. I just said you certainly are. BS Simon, dude, take a chill pill. Nobody is stealing your content. What they are doing is playing your videos and adding commentary. The fact that most of that commentary, in addition to posts on the site, showed that you were a dumbass is hilarious. And then somebody just says, good luck with that. You posted it to YouTube with no disclaimer before filing a copyright application. Dumb fuck. It becomes fair use for commentary once it's posted. Once you saw Lauren was providing commentary, you tried to trap her by then filing an application on a YouTube video you had already posted. Timestamps are a thing. Also, Laura never said that she was covering so that you couldn't make money. JFC did. So also that holds no water. Nice try though. And that will be David's downfall. He's so paranoid. He thinks we're all the same person and we're all in a cult. I'm just a random fucking broad, dude. Like you can't sue me for something that a JFC says.
It's
Like
so dumb. Also, like, who would have time to be all of JFC?
I don't fucking know.
Apparently,
That's insane.
That's a lot of impersonation to be doing.
Yeah.
And then there's the H3 thing again. So that was stupid as hell.
I think the only person who could be behind everything and like actually have the time to do that is Laura.
Oh, absolutely.
Which it's not her.
No. And then this was from today. No clue who Reality Steve is because I don't watch reality TV and I don't know who this judge is that he has to evaluate my brief, but I thank her for these kind words. Heart. Ask for a question about other bases. Please finish reading the brief. It's all in there, Cactus. And then he's highlighting some from the Reality Steve podcast episode.
Also, there's no way he doesn't know who Reality Steve is. He was wasn't he like the very first person who like Laura contacted in this whole
yeah.
thing?
You're assuming he's doing research on his own case.
But wouldn't you think that she told him that?
No, because she's been focusing on Dave, not on Steve.
Yeah, it's true. Let's see. Okay, so Steve responds, "Oh, well, let me introduce myself then." Even though he and Steve interacted a couple of weeks ago at most.
Mhm.
So, okay. Let me introduce myself then. I'm the guy that Laura first emailed last year with proof of her pregnancy with a fake sonogram and notes from a neurologist appointment. Not to mention close to 20 email exchanges with her, all saved, where she threatened me, incriminated herself numerous times, changed her story, and, well, did all the things that Laura does. And while Rachel did say your brief was better than she expected based on the videos you put out, you should probably listen to the whole thing before just discussing on the one part where someone actually gave you a compliment. Knowing your temperament, I'm sure a response will be coming when you hear what else she has to say. I'm trying to think of what names you'll come up with to call her. It's already a running game. Dave and I have going. Good Lord. Howdy, Reality Steve. Oh, I get to use my country voice again. Okay. Howdy, Reality Steve. I'm sorry you had a bad experience with Laura. That's not nice to hear. As for my temperament, the only way to judge that is to talk to me. Happy to chat anytime. Here's my phone number that I already tweeted at Lauren. I just want to sue you for $150K. All right. Shouldn't you be lawyering? And then he did that thing with, he said for you,
4-minute video for
right?
Steve.
And Brad, I didn't watch the whole thing. Can you relay that for us?
He basically said, Steve, I saw your video and I was so thankful that Rachel said all these nice things about me. The end.
Oh my God. I have not seen that. And
I watched some of it. Yeah.
Did she say nice things about him?
Yeah, she said that considering, because she went and looked at all of his old trial court briefings or motions and said, well, those were kind of braggadocious in the way they were written. So she said that she was pleasantly surprised at the quality and of the work. There was still a little bit of his mannerisms in there, but not to the degree as there was in the trial briefings.
I mean, I feel like that was kind of, I don't know. I was thinking about that, like that maybe he would kind of hone it in because of the importance of the filing. Yeah.
Because you're not, even Dave said in his, not Dave Neal, David Gingras said that writing for the appellate court is different than writing for the trial court, where he says that you have to be a little bit more bombastic in your filings. But when we were comparing the Woodnick filings to Gingras, there was no doubt which one felt like they came off better, because Woodnick didn't make references to Harvey Weinstein or Donald Trump or all these other stuff.
Conor McGregor.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did y'all
boy.
that information, that news today?
Yeah.
If not, just Google it.
Yeah, it turns out that guy's a little rapey. So take that as you will. Okay, so here's my response to him. Let me pull it up really quick.
I want to give also quick kudos to Isabel.
Oh yeah, of course.
because she helped write a lot of that stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Where did I put it? It's in responses. Okay. Hey, Steve, long-time listener. Do not call David. He acts like a nice guy. I fell for it. But then he will use his law license to try to punish you with a lawsuit when you do something he doesn't like / approve of. I should know. He was tweeting his phone number at me not too long ago. And that was like less than 2 months ago, guys. I should know he was tweeting his phone number at me not too long ago and now is threatening me, a broke healthcare worker in debt, with a 6-figure lawsuit. This guy's like talking about how people are just like doing this for money and they're scum of the earth. And I'm like, dude, I help mentally ill people. What the fuck are you talking about? I help mentally ill people and I make no fucking money.
I'll send you $1, and that is more money than I will ever make in ad revenue on this video.
Man, I might make it $5. We'll see. Okay.
I feel
And
like
then-
he starts out like when it's with someone new, it's like he starts out as the nice guy and he kind of does like a temp check to see like, can I manipulate this person or not?
Yeah.
And it's like once he realizes he can't, that's when he turns on you.
Mm-hmm. Well, it took him a while to realize that I blocked him, obviously. But, so David says, I just had a friendly call from Omar about this video, the one about the appeal or whatever I think it was. And Laura happened to be on the call as well. Glad to keep the discussion cordial. Oh, no, it was his response video where David was like, oh my God, Omar said this. I had to fix it. Okay. Somebody says you should do a stream with Omar then. David says, I've offered ball is in his court. I think that's hilarious because, let me share right here. This happened again, like 6 weeks ago or something, 6-7 weeks ago. Good morning, David. I hope this message finds you well. I heard you wanted to do a live with a member of the JFC community. I don't know if I would be considered part of that community, but I wanted to invite you on my show to have an objective, intelligent, civil discussion regarding yours and Laura's side of the story. As you know, I'm a practicing attorney. I have no dog in this fight. I've been critical of your legal strategies and Laura, but I also feel that I've been objective, unemotional, and fair in my analysis. What I've never had the opportunity to do, nor anyone else, is talk to you in a civil setting, bringing the two sides together for an intelligent conversation. I'm hoping to do that on my show. I did not catch the entirety of Lauren Neidigh's, and this is before he learned how to spell my last name, but he did get my first name right that time, so we're 50-50 still. So I don't know all of what was said. I caught the initial 20 minutes where she was reading email communication between you and Gillespie, where I actually thought you were being genuinely fair. I don't know what happened on the rest of the show. These would be my parameters. I want to assure you this invitation is extended with the utmost respect for your situation. I will not hide the fact that I've been highly critical of both you and Laura, but I've also expressed a desire to see Laura find peace. I expressed concern over her well-being, and I certainly have my opinions on her legal arguments. I offer the following comments. 1. Respect for legal boundaries. I'm fully aware of the ongoing criminal investigation involving Laura Owens. Someone should tell David about that. I pledge not to broach topics related to perjury or any matter that could be sensitive or detrimental to the case at hand, given her Fifth Amendment rights. 2, our conversation will be rooted in respect. And I'm going to skim some of this, guys. 3, transparency and preparedness. All questions will be provided to you in advance. 4, the interview will include a mix of straightforward softball questions, as well as more challenging inquiries. 5, audience moderation. The live audience will be rigorously moderated. While we welcome audience participation and questions, any form of personal attack against you, Laura Owens, or any related party will result in immediate removal of the offending participant from the live session. 6, interactive Q&A. A portion of the interview will be dedicated to questions from the audience. 7, mutual respect for your differing views. It is natural that we may encounter points of disagreement. These moments will be approached with an open mind, without judgment of your responses. 8, empathy and understanding. My overarching goal is to foster empathy and understanding among all parties involved in our audience. It is my hope that through open dialogue, we can contribute to a broader healing and understanding, allowing all involved to eventually move forward. 9, it will occur at a date and time of your choosing, provided it doesn't conflict with my court schedule. David, people want to hear from you. They want to hear from Laura. And I believe this platform is the safest it could possibly get within the JFC realm, given our ultimate objectives. I offer a respectful and meaningful space for you to express your side. Let me know what you think. And then, of course, the response to that, hang on, let me make sure I don't share any personal info here.
I remember Omar talking about this.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, we have David's phone number already because he tweeted it. So why don't I just? This is fine.
Multiple times, right?
Yeah. Give me one sec. Okay, Omar. Couple of things. One, Laura is out of town today at our show. I've tried to call her, but she isn't available. The decision to talk to you or not is 100% up to her, so I'll let you know if she's interested. Understandable. Two,
Or
number
I
one-
won't let you know, and I'll just have her on the call without telling you.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, he said that, they just happened to be on the phone or whatever, so I will take Omar's word for it. Two, per point number one, this is Laura's decision, not mine, but I'll be honest, if it was my call, it would be a hard pass. Well, all right. Not because I'm scared of the discussion, far from it. As I showed the last time you reached out, I spoke to you on the phone and sent polite and professional answers to your questions, which you later claimed were unprofessional. That's not exactly what happened. But, Look, I don't care which side you're on, that's life. It's just that I am personally opposed to helping dishonest people make money off this case. I can't stomach rewarding bad behavior. Sir. Your client has a decade of terrible, heinous behavior. But okay. I haven't watched all that much of your coverage of the case, but what I have seen has been shockingly dishonest. Holy fuck. I'm sorry. This is just terrible. I mean, Omar is like the most chill and like understanding dude there is. And he's calling him shockingly dishonest. That is amazing. Way, way, way across the line. Your affection for one side is so extreme. If someone told me you were dating Clayton this whole time, I'd believe it. By comparison, I'm not a YouTuber. That didn't age well. I'm a lawyer. I don't get paid more for lying more. Again, that didn't age well. Thus, I really can't understand people like you who think the truth is a joke. And the AdSense money is worth more than your integrity. But hey, posting vids and cashing checks from Google is easier than actually practicing law, right? More power to your brother. Anyway, if Laura wants to talk, I'll let you know. Can you believe he said that to Omar of all people?
Nope.
That's so crazy.
I mean, Omar's channel is bigger than all of ours combined, but it's not like he's a Mark Rober, PewDiePie, or something making gobs of money off of his YouTube channel and podcast.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Oh my gosh.
And he does it as a like a fun thing. Like maybe he makes $10 here and there, but it's not like what he's doing for a
poor
living.
Dominic has to have a living off of this, so hopefully he's making more than $10. But
well, I paid Dominic's salary today because I said if Omar made at least $50, I would twerk. So, oh man. But yeah, no, that guy's not making too much off of YouTube. He's making money off of being a lawyer. Like, Jesus, so nuts.
Yeah.
Hang on. Let's see. Omar, I talked to Laura. It's a pass. We're going to talk to someone from JFC. I've been texting several of them all day, but we're not talking to you. So again, this is all important in the context of I just had a friendly call from Omar, and then I've offered to do a stream with Omar, balls in his court. No, he did not. I mean, like if he did, it was after this horribly insulting exchange.
Yeah.
Would have been glad to talk then as we previously did. I would have been happy to explain our side as I tried to do. You ignored that opportunity because, well, you can answer that for yourself. So yes, David was being very unprofessional here.
I would feel if any of you are texting, DMing David Gingras and he approaches you about wanting to be the quote unquote JFC representative, do not do that.
It's a trap. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Because
super disappointing. Hey, Ducky, what's up?
He will corner you and you will not be able to talk your way out of it. And you could put yourself into a whole bunch of liability that you don't want to get into.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
God, I can't even imagine.
They're also looking for people to sue, like many people have said. So, like, don't fucking do that. Like, yikes. But that exchange and the fact that he was saying, like, I had a friendly call from Omar, I've offered to do a stream with him is hilarious. Because, like, yes, they may have had a friendly exchange recently because Omar's a good guy. But, like, it's not like they had like a long heart to heart about having a stream or something like that. Like, because
They
this
did-
guy was a total dick when he was asked to do a stream with Omar.
Well, they did have an hour-long plus conversation prior to this more recent one, and even Omar said that he wouldn't broach many of the topics that were discussed, but he said that that was a cordial and nice discussion, and that's, I think, one of the first ones where he said, "Man, why you have to be such a dick?" And he's like, "Yeah, I know I can be a dick, but you know that's just how it comes off."
Right. On paper, well, he was saying on paper, I know, like, when in my writing, I can be a dick. And it's like, well, it's not just your writing, sweetie.
Look, man, I fell for that because I saw his first video and I was like, oh, he's actually a decent-ish human being. Maybe he is misunderstood. And then he decided to try to sue me for $150,000. So I'm not really feeling any sympathy for the man right now, to be honest. If he gets roasted, he gets roasted.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, I think everyone respects the fact that, like, he's a lawyer and Laura hired him. People can warn him, like, what, tell them what we've found, not just our opinions, but like literal evidence that, like, we found, right? And so, like, I'll speak for myself. I can't blame him for, like, getting a job and trying to do what's best for his client, but I don't think that's what's happened. And I think that he has brought on a lot of what he's getting right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's Jesus. So I can't. God, I'm sitting here. I'm still wanting to make excuses with the guy. I have to stop doing that, so I'm not going to say it. Erica says I miss Corey Keith, though. I definitely agree with that.
Poor Corey was way in over his head.
I'm just glad that Corey did Clayton's deposition. Honestly.
Right? Yeah.
Because even though when you listen to the clip that David posted on YouTube for some ungodly reason, it's like Corey is being like, he's teetering on the line a little bit, but he's just doing his job. That's doing your job.
Right.
What David is doing, that's not just doing your job. That's being an asshole for no reason.
Yeah.
And no pay, apparently. You're just being an asshole because you like it.
Maybe that's why he's doing it, because he's angry he's not getting paid for it.
Well, we would have been, even if David Jingers had done Clayton's deposition, we still wouldn't have gotten a cross of Clayton because they ran out of time.
I think that was on purpose, to be honest, because I don't think that cross with Clayton would have gone very well.
Oh, that's an interesting take.
Yeah, I definitely don't. I don't believe that he ever wanted to really cross-examine Clayton. I don't think that would have gone well for him or his client. So
that's really interesting.
That's just an opinion. Obviously, it's not.
And he took so much time with Laura, I think, trying to harp on things that didn't necessarily matter.
Yeah.
That's really interesting. I hadn't thought of it that way.
Yeah.
And also him trying to claim, did you see his comment on his YouTube about trying to claim that, like, the reason they didn't ask the witnesses to sit outside the courtroom is because it was going to take like 5 minutes per person, per witness, to like walk in and out. Like,
yeah, I saw that and I was like, there was a very short walk to the stand. Like, it's not 5 fucking minutes.
I was not in chambers, right? Yeah. I'll let you know I'm not anyone on like either side. So I wasn't in there, but there is no way that is true. There is no way that was said. No way. It had to have been him saying that he and Laura were okay with them staying in the room. Like, that's the only way that happened.
Right.
In my it's an opinion, because again, I wasn't there, but that is my educated opinion.
It's extremely hard to believe anything he says when he intentionally misrepresents the facts the way he does,
yes,
especially with this fucking lawsuit threat. I'm just like, are you stupid? Like, everyone can see what's happening here.
Yeah.
So, yeah. All right, guys, that is probably enough for me tonight. I will be, so I'm going to have a little members only stream tomorrow to go over some content that I want to do. So, like, this is what's going to happen with the members only streams. I'm going to read some of the stories like I did a couple weeks ago. I'll read the stories and like ask for comments and stuff like that. And then I'll do a edited, cut down version of that I'll post as a standalone video. But only people who are members will get to interact with that and hear all this stuff. So it'll be fun. Just like a fun little thing.
Cool.
You're not really gonna. I'm gonna be honest. You're not gonna really gonna miss out on too much if you're not paying for membership. So don't feel like you're missing out on anything big by being behind a paywall. I'm just trying to chill with some people who have been supportive of me and do a little bit of extra for them. So if you don't have the money to be a member, that's totally cool because you will see the highlights. So don't worry too much about it. Just
Hey Lauren, can I have $5 so I can be a member?
I don't have $5. I'm being sued for $150,000. So,
but if you can't give me $5, how am I supposed to give you $5? Come on,
dude. If Patrick can represent me pro bono, I'll give you $6.
This user Watermark is trying to talk about the user who was attempting to dox, and they're trying to bring that whole conversation.
Honestly, it doesn't matter because the stream is over. So,
I think it matters, but
I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like, it's not going to matter in 5 minutes from now because we're done with that, and I'll deal with it in a second.
Okay. I just wanted to say, I think it would be maybe if you wanted to think about like, aren't there subs that are like, what is this thing? Like, and they'll post a picture of something and they'll be like, does anyone know what this is? Like, my house is from the 1960s and like, I found this, like, does anyone know what it is? And so I think it would be fun if you did some of those, like you just took the pictures and you like guessed what it was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doesn't need to be talked about tonight, but I just had that thought
that'd be cool.
talking about your video.
Yeah. All right, guys. I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to sign off for now, and I'm going to send you over to my friend Flux, who is doing a trucking stream with, I think, Megan Fox, Legal Vices, and maybe a couple other people. So you guys, please do me a favor and put Bacons in the chat. Tell them Lethal Lauren 904 sent you. So it'll be a good time. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.